Hey guys, so I just got back from the gym and I stopped over at Mom's house where I still had these guys on the wall because I used to have a Dalmatian bedroom. And I got to thinking, I've been wanting to paint this wall here with some kind of fun mural or something. I think I finally decided I want it to be Dalmatian. I think that could look really cool. And I was also thinking about like someday when we need a kid's room, it would be cute to have a Dalmatian room. Disclaimer, announcement, this is not being done because we need a kid's room right now, no. It's just being done because I want to do it and I think it would look really cute and it'll be fun. I love the whole vibe of the Dalmatian movie and I love the animation. I just love the artwork. So it's gonna be a huge project. But I'm excited. I think I had a Dalmatian room when I was 7 or 8, so decades old, but I'm gonna make them stick somehow. I've borrowed my mom's projector to help us out with this here. She uses this for cookie decorating. Sorry, I've got you in the shadow here. Since I'm gonna be working so high above my head and on such a big scale, I'm going to use this to save me some time, hopefully. It'll just be an easy way to make sure all my proportions are correct, and it'll just get this process moving along much more quickly than if I freehand it, which I just don't really feel like doing. I can just see myself taking 50 times longer than I need to because the angle of this building isn't exactly perfect and whatever. So we're just gonna cut all that out and project it on the wall, hopefully. This is a very small little thing. I'm really not sure how it's gonna work, but we'll find out. I'm gonna give this a shot. I have the projector hooked up to my Mac. Can't see anything because it's too bright in here. Let's turn up the light. Hey! All right, I think I'm ready to start outlining. Oh, screensaver time. I wanted to elaborate on the decision to go with Dalmatians here. If you know me or have seen my various Disney videos in the past, you'll know my favorites are WALL-E, Tarzan, Hunchback, with Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, and Tangled close behind. Even though I don't classify 101 as a favorite movie though, it's close to my heart for a number of reasons. Number one is pure nostalgia. This movie was certainly my number one back in the day when my mom decked out my room in all things spots. I had Dalmatian bedding, including a Dalmatian canopy, all the Dalmatian toys and stuffed animals that could be found. I had a Dalmatian fanny pack that I'd have to this day if it hadn't gotten stained and just too sad to continue holding on to because it was so used. I loved the live action film they made. Anything Dalmatian, I loved. So now it brings me that sense of joy of my happy childhood. Number two, the puppies. Plain and simple. They are the cutest ever and I can't get enough. Number three, the music. The score is beautiful and so fun. It has this jazzy, energetic vibe. I've heard described as spirited, which is just the perfect word. Good morning. I slept in my space buns. It is day 2, and now we have some daylight to help me paint, and I think that's what we're gonna do today. More painting. Here's where we left off last night. I'm struggling with the style. The Dalmatian art style is very loose, uneven, and I feel like I just can't bring myself to do that. I sketched it out that way, which is the whole reason I followed this thing and projected it on the wall. And then when it comes down to it, I'm using my level and making everything perfectly square and straight. So I don't know. We'll see if I can let loose and let it be a little funky and fun, because this is so fun looking. I just need to let go. All right, I'm gonna take this big fat marker and just let loose with these sketchy, uneven lines. Just learn how to be loose. When I was in art school, I got in trouble all the time for drawing from my wrist instead of from my shoulder and just letting it go, but I can't do it. I would like to say it's freeing, but it's not. It's sloppy. I'm having a crisis. All right, I'm gonna calm down. We're gonna do a little bit more and see that it actually looks pretty cute. Yes, I'm using a level. I need some straight lines. Okay, it's 12:39 on day 2, midnight 39, and I'm done working. I'm gonna go to bed, and I decided I should keep track of how many hours this is taking me. And I remembered I have this Dalmatian stationery from, well, who knows when. Actually, up here it has the live action Dalmatians on it, so it was probably the year that came out. I'm gonna keep track on our Dalmatian paper. All right, welcome to day 3. As I started working on this, I realized there was absolutely no reason to draw in all of the bricks before I painted, because I just painted over them. The outline does help me a lot, but I don't know why I bothered with all those little tiny details. That was crazy. All right, let's get going. Alright, it's day 4. I already started laying down some color on the roofs. I'm anxious to get to the dogs, which I'm going to put along the bottom. And I think I was going to go all the way to the edge with the buildings, but I'm considering drawing the wedding scene in this free space over here. A perfect fit for that space. It's got the rose window and like the Gothic church, which is I love. And I'm getting much more comfortable doing the more abstract, whimsical color and line placement. It's getting a little bit fun now. I've been spending so much time upstairs working on this, and my beautiful Valentine's Day flowers have been in the kitchen, so I just brought them upstairs so I can enjoy them up here while I work. It is such a gorgeous day. Feels like summer almost, but nicer than summer. As much as I love fall and winter, I do love when spring comes back, especially when it's as gorgeous as this. Oh, I might have to take a break from my mural today and spend some time outside. All right, I got some time to enjoy the beautiful weather today. I got my wedding ring and it was a very productive day. So it is 6:43 and I'm just getting started. I'm gonna try and finish up this section today. Maybe I'll hop around, I don't know. But this is the goal. I just realized I have this white linen shirt on. Taking this off because I will be heartbroken if I get paint all over it. So I just dropped Mom off at the airport. She is on her way to CookieCon. And I made a quick stop at Michael's. I needed to pick up some more paint. I've been using my good acrylic paint, which is fine. I've had a lot of it since I was in school at FIT, which was in 2006. Yikes. So I'm discovering that a lot of it is dried up and no good anymore. And I didn't want to invest that kind of money into good paint again. Craft paint will do just fine. And I'm gonna run in Target because I need another fat Sharpie. P.S. I didn't get the Sharpie in Michael's because I find that regular office supplies like Sharpies are way more expensive. They're super marked up in Michael's, so that's why I came over to Target, and they're literally right next to each other. Can't really see Michael's, but it's right there. I got really serious about my Sharpies today. So, I got a Magnum, which is like 4 times bigger than the Sharpie I've been using. I'm anxious to get to the wedding scene, but I need this a little bit finished first. Day 8. I just got back from lunch with my lovely friend Elise, and I am ready to get started on day 8. I'm gonna have to get back on the ladder today. Number 4 reason 101 is so special, the animation style. It's different than any Disney movie that came before because they used entirely new animation processes in order to get all those spots on 101 moving images, also for budget reasons. And sometimes budget cuts bring about wonderful things when the people involved are innovative and resourceful. They employed Xerox technology for this movie, or xerography, which accounts for all those sketchy black lines you see come through. The frames of this film did not go through the cleanup process. In all films, animated films, that came before 101, the animators' original line drawings were inked and painted onto cells, and those pristine cells were used in the movie. But this time, the original line drawings were put through the Xerox process and copied directly onto cells, leaving that sketchy appearance behind. And I love it. I love seeing those animator strokes that would typically be erased in the ink and paint department. I also mourn the loss of the ink and paint department, but that's a whole different video. The overall style of 101 is so expressive, raw, and fun. It makes me so happy to look at it. The colorful London streets, the hazy nights, the thousands of black spots with small pops of blue and red. It draws the eye in a way no other animated film does. Walt actually hated the whole Xerox idea and had very little input on 101, which I'm glad for, and I think the company in general is glad for, because 101 was a huge success that cost so much less to make, And it saved the Disney animation department, coming after Sleeping Beauty, which was a hugely expensive flop as far as sales went. It almost put them out of business. So I'm not sure if Walt ever admitted it, but he had to give the Dalmatians and their animators their due respect. Another gorgeous spring day at the beginning of March. Ignore that. I am too hot in this t-shirt and sweatshirt. What is this? All right, I'm back inside. I've got the windows open, ready to get going on this thing. The dog should be the easiest part. All right, let's get this thing finished. This gradient is a struggle. I'm blaming the craft paint, but maybe it's my skill level of paint blending. Ugh. And the final reason Dalmatians is a special movie for me is because it's become a bit of a special thing between Adam and me. He's my Pongo, and we put the movie on every Valentine's Day. He's always finding some cute Dalmatian-themed item for me. Shirts, pins. I love it. It's midnight, and I'm painting a rainbow, and I'm losing my mind a little bit. All this blending is driving me crazy. And I don't know if I'm having trouble because of my lack of blending skills or if it's because I'm using craft paint. So now I'm just getting a little loopy. I just laid here and did an Instagram photo shoot. I think it's time for bed. Because I have come to the conclusion that some paint is worth paying extra for. That white craft paint is just not doing the trick. I've had like 10 coats of white paint on some areas and it's still not covering. It's all just too transparent. So I'm gonna invest a little money into the good stuff. This is the white that I just used up. I just don't want to spend that money on it. Golden is my favorite. But I suppose I could go for Liquitex. I just found a smaller size of titanium white in the Golden brand, so this is what I want. Okay, so I'm just gonna splurge and spend the money I need for the proper paint. I got magenta, cyan, and yellow, so everything I could ever need, really. And white, and I have black at home, so. So, I've been really, as I trip right over all the paints, I've been really torn about what to do with the space between the buildings and the rainbow. So I just kind of carried the building colors down. But I wasn't a huge fan of it, and I just had Mom come over and take a look. Sorry, the lighting is horrendous. She thought all the color at the bottom sort of drew your eye to the bottom and didn't really give the buildings a fair shot of being properly noticed. So I'm going to break up the space between the buildings and the rainbow by just carrying this gray across. So basically we're just going to paint over everything we painted yesterday, and sometimes that's how it goes. No big deal. Here's a better look at what it looks like right now. And there's the paint I just walked right into. All right. filming less and less of this process the farther I get, because I have like 20 hours of footage that I need to somehow whittle down into a watchable video. I've just spent about 2 hours softening up that harsh gray line. I'm gonna leave the harsh line at the rainbow because I like it and it works, but I wasn't crazy about that harsh line at the top, and I had Mom over again and I asked her if anything caught her eye in a bad way, and she said that harsh gray line. So I've been blending it out, got the TV almost done. It's battle time tonight. Unrelated injury, but still. I'm done! That's okay.
Oh my goodness. That is so cool.
Surprise!
I like how it captures like the essence of the art in the film, like with this, you got the general outline like displaced coloring.